I'm Joan Masó, I work at CREAF. TAPIS is a tool that started as a way to see sensor-thing API data, but it has evolved into a tool that uses tables as internal data structure and access different data sources, OGC APIs, Eclipse data connectors, S3 buckets, or simply tabular tables that you have in your computer. And then with this, you do operations. You combine the data, you extract overalls and statistics of the data, you do a plot with that, you open a map maybe, or you can simply save the results in other files. The sensor-thing API is an API for data in the form of observations. So it can be observations done by a sensor in the field. It can be observations that a satellite is doing about the Earth, so remote sensing or whatever. The important thing is structures a time series. So it's not a single observation, it's a collection of observations that has something in common. And about the plus, I mean, the data model is relatively simple. It covers many cases, but there is one thing that was missing. So we started extending the model to allow to specify which are the person that is doing the observations, what is the license associated with this particular observation, if it's related to a particular citizen science campaign, if can be grouped in 2 or 3 different ways, what is the relation among the observations. All that we extended to make the model more comprehensive and to cover the citizen science use case. Sensor-thing API, it's too complicated if you do not have the right tools. And the standard is relatively new, so there aren't so many tools around. I was not able to find the tool that I would like to just explore how many data streams are there, how many parties, how many things, how many observations, and see them and browse a little bit through them and just explore the data. Essentially what you do is you start by dragging a node that is actually a data source. Maybe it's a table, maybe it's a sensor-thing API endpoint. Then you start adding other nodes and connecting the nodes to the previous node. And each node and this connection represents some kind of a data flow. So it's like a pipeline that the data progresses. No, maybe you just simply extract the observations of your sensors and then you add the observed property and then you create a plot with another of those tools and then you put another node and this node is going to generate an export of the data. In the project we have 2 or 3 instances of sensor-thing API. We have Eclipse data connectors, we have S3 buckets. Accessing the different data requires different tools. Instead, we have a single tool where we can connect to the different services and extract data in the form of tables. But there is another application, and this is the interoperability testing. By having services and then this client, we make sure that the sensor-thing API protocol works, that the Eclipse data connector protocol works and is properly implemented. And we also make sure that we can chain things together. So we can access a sensor-thing API from the Eclipse data connector or an OGC API from the Eclipse data connector simply by chaining these nodes and creating these data flows that I was talking about before. The tool cannot be used alone because it's a client. So it has been important in the project because we are able to test other components with it. So it's part of the constellation of components and also a way to actually test them and use them together. Actually, we are using TAPIS in other projects already, because it's a very transversal tool. No, everyone that has a sensor thing API can use it. Everyone that uses CSVs can use that to do, I don't know, group by operations and then some plots. So we are already seeing the tool used in projects here and there. We really believe that could be used beyond this project and for other people. We are still developing some aspects of the tool. At some point, we will reach a level of maturity where we should communicate the existence of the tool, because we are convinced that so many people can benefit from it. Well, in this case, it's not contributing to the data discovery or to the data access or even to the data interoperability, because it's just a client. So instead, it's about reproducibility of the data, about getting the data in a single place, combining the data together and playing with it. So it's more about, as I said, reproducibility.